Well, what an afternoon that was from our lunchtime show today on FUTV. I'm Adam, this is Forever United TV. I'm getting you up to date with everything that's going on ahead of the Champions League fixtures tonight, around everything around our Manchester United, our beloved Manchester United. And it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot, actually. At lunchtime, we were talking about Mathys Tel, talking about the situation with Manchester United there, the 48 hours at Napoli, or, in fact, Chelsea have got to bid for Garnacho. Napoli are expecting the bid to be done, and they want to move this deal forward now that they need a forward after Adniemi. Talks have cancelled, and what's going on with them? What are they going to offer Manchester United for Garnacho? The price difference between Napoli and Chelsea. Updates on Rasmus Højlund, Marcus Rashford, Kobe Mainoo. Two players from Bayern Munich on Manchester United's list. What the hell has happened in one afternoon for Manchester United? You cannot take your eyes off anything right now. There is so much going on and so much to talk about with Manchester United. It's ridiculous. It really is. But this January transfer window has just gone into absolute meltdown mode right now. What are Arsenal doing? What are Villa bleeding doing? My God. Like, if they can sell two strikers in one window, then anything is bleeding possible. Honestly, this afternoon it has gone off big time in the Premier League with the transfer window, and we're looking at Manchester United's situation right now, and honestly I'd rather be in United's situation right now than what Villa are dealing with, and them losing half of their front line. United need a front line, and we're talking about what we can make money-wise to bring in certain players. Florian Plettenberg has come out and said, as he posted yesterday, Manchester United are definitely in the race to sign Mathys Tel. We talked about that this morning in detail about what he brings to Manchester United, where he might want to go because of playing time. This is key. Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano have also now tweeted and spoken about Mathys Tel. We're going to get into the information and what is happening with that and update you on everything going down. And I think that's where we need to start. Please give the video a like. Try and help me out here, save me, because it's a lot to digest and a lot to get through, and I want to get your comments on this as well. Right after this show, we're going live onto Football Talks as well for Champions League night. It's elimination night, so that's what it is in the Champions League. Will City be out? Who's going to play up front for Villa? We'll get into all of that later on anyway, but it's United right now, and my God, what is going on? Seriously, right, let's get into Mathys Tel first of all, and what's happening with this situation. Now, going into details as the afternoon has broken down and what is actually going on, we'll just go from the start. Obviously, at lunchtime, Manchester United, talks were that United were still very interested, how he fits into United's side, what needs to be moved on from United, so on and so forth, a la Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, them situations. Will United bid for Tel if them are still at the football club, as in Rashford and Garnacho? Well, Rashford's been left at home again. Honestly, how many more signs do the club need to get this deal out of the way and move Rashford on? But Tel is in a position right now where he has now, like we said earlier on, said no to Chelsea. He's definitely not moving to Chelsea. We now have another source that has come out, which is Tier 1. Paul O'Keefe has said that Mathys Tel wants to join Manchester United. He does not want to join Tottenham Hotspur. He only wants Manchester United. Arsenal are going for Watkins. They're not even in the race right now. He doesn't want to go Chelsea. He doesn't want to go to Spurs. There are a few. Romano has said 7 clubs in total. So they're the 4 Premier League clubs. I don't know who the others are. But United do seem to be stealing a march on everybody else in the race for Tel right now. And what's been said. Ornstein came out then with the details on this and what's actually happening in this deal for Mathys Tel. It basically all moves around him wanting to move to Manchester United. It also moves around only if Bayern Munich will offer a loan for Mathys Tel, which is a possibility, according to all of the sources in Germany. So that loan is open, so United are interested in that. It's not priority right now, Ornstein says, because Manchester United are prioritising exits. And exits can only be right now maybe, Marcus Rashford, Tyrell Malacia, Casemiro, Alejandro Garnacho. Updates on all of them to come in this show, and we will get you completely up to date with the whole situation, I promise you. But in terms of Tel, It is on. Bayern Munich are accepting of this move happening. He is going to leave. He wants guaranteed game time, though. That's the snag. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, I think we can offer that. I think we can offer him a certain amount of games, definitely this season, the way that Ruben's rotating for one. The fact that our forwards are all failing right now and can't really argue the point. So I don't think Ruben's going to have a problem in bringing someone in and giving someone else a try. At the end of the day, it's his job on the line. He needs the best options up front, and he needs someone who is going to do a little bit more than what we have been doing already. We know about Dorgu and him coming in tomorrow and getting his medicals done, so that left-hand side seems to be rectified and working well. The front line is the next big issue, isn't it, in the lack of goals. Now, we spoke this morning in detail about Tel, his profile, where he's been, why he was brought to Bayern Munich, who brought him in, his first season, his output, his goals were brilliant. 16 goal involvements in his first season under Nagelsmann when he first came in, and then it all just fell apart at Bayern Munich and he fell away. He has got experience, he has won things, it's just he's fallen away because of the situation at Bayern. Is that enough for United to be convinced that he needs to come in January? Or do we wait it out and try and slug through the rest of this season, of which there are plenty of games still to play, and try and get as high up that table and win the Europa League with what we've got, or the FA Cup in fact, because we need that to get back in the Europa League as a sort of like backdoor sort of option into Europe. That's how desperate Manchester United are in the league position right now. Whereas Mathys Tel obviously has these other options on the table, the main headline coming out of today and this afternoon is that he wants to move to Manchester United. He doesn't want Spurs. He doesn't want Chelsea. Arsenal are going for Watkins, obviously, as we've seen in the breaking news this afternoon. So when it comes to options for him in England, it looks like United are top of the tree. I don't know who the other three sides are. I will do some searching around, but Romano has said there are 7 clubs interested. Plettenberg said Manchester United have contacted Mathys Tel's representation, so they know of the interest. And obviously this is where we've heard from the likes of other sources in England saying that he wants to move to Manchester United. He definitely doesn't want to go Tottenham or Chelsea. So that's where that's come about. And United now are in a position where obviously if the opportunity comes around and Bayern offered a loan that is favourable to Manchester United, we will go in for him. We will go for him. I think, again, though, there's a lot of talking around the fact that Manchester United may need to move on Garnacho or Marcus Rashford first. But honestly, right now, I think we still need forwards in. I said before, like, we can't be relying on Mason Mount coming back into this side and giving us another forward option. It's just not there for us. It's not the best option. And we know it isn't going to be reliable enough. We do need another forward in, even if Garnacho and even if Marcus Rashford stays. Because as you've seen tonight, like, Rashford was part of that gauntlet run that Ruben was taking at training today. All the slaps on the back. Everyone was happy. Everyone was upbeat. And yet we're looking at it and now we're hearing that Marcus Rashford is out of the squad for tomorrow night. He's not even travelled to Romania. Lindelof has travelled. That's how bad this is. Last game around, he didn't even fill his full bench. He put Anthony on ahead of Marcus Rashford. Now Victor Lindelof's on ahead of him. And there's nobody else going. Again, he's not filling his full quota of players he can take and put on the bench, Ruben Amorim. He'd rather leave Rashford at home. This is game 13 now with no Marcus Rashford. So no matter what happens with Rashford, Mathys Tel or whatever forward Manchester United are looking at still needs to come in to give Ruben Amorim another tool to actually work with to try and get this qualification for the Champions League next season. It's that simple, I feel, right now. They still have to try and find a way. If it's a loan, United can afford this, so they should be looking at it anyway. They've saved money off Anthony. They've got enough money there to pay the wages of Mathys Tel. Even his value right now is more than affordable for Manchester United in this transfer window, but they're not going to. They're going to save everything they've got, and then we're going to go from there. But Mathys Tel has just opened the door, given the green light to Manchester United and said, I want you, that is it. And that for me now is everything that we need to go in for this deal. I think now the player is open to the move. We're just waiting on Bayern Munich. And Manchester United have not, just to make it clear, have not contacted Bayern Munich yet directly over the move. They have only contacted the representation of Mathys Tel. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. And that, for everything that's going on around this deal right now, is quite significant, because he could be looking at this and he might want to come and he's all on board for it. But what are Manchester United's situations and what are our finances? Like Ornstein said, if this deal is a loan, United can make it happen. It's as simple as that. It's up to Bayern Munich right now. So expect contacts to happen. And I think we're going to be hearing more as the day goes on. I think tomorrow is going to be another day of speculation and different stories coming out. We're going to be hearing from Ruben Amorim hopefully very, very soon as well. His press conference is scheduled for 7 o'clock. So we're going to pick up on a few of his comments from that in the live show, as well as all the other news that we're talking about. It is thick and fast and full of different bits of content and snippets right now from all through this afternoon around Manchester United. It's just full on transfer and European football mode right here. And it's a little bit overwhelming with everything that's going on. But by the end of it, I think United will have calmer waters either way. A lot of players will know where they stand. The club will have, well, they have helped Ruben Amorim, hopefully, I'm guessing, with players moved on. But obviously Dorgu will be in. We'll have, obviously, Aiden Heaven within the matchday squads as well, I'm guessing. If he is going to be brought through as a backup for the centre-backs in the side. It's going to be difficult for him to come through straight away because of the news that I just said there, with Victor Lindelof being back in the squad for Manchester United. So, yeah, with him being back, that's another body that Ruben Amorim can use. It's pretty crazy, isn't it, with everything that's going on? You just have to take a step back sometimes and go, wow, hang on a minute. Please slow down. Why are we waiting until the last minute for all this news to come out? It's because there is another little bit of news as well. Check this out. In terms of what's actually happening with Bayern Munich and Tel, another Bayern Munich player in Brian Zaragoza, owned by Bayern Munich and currently on loan at Osasuna, has attracted interest from Manchester United. Christopher Vivel is a big fan of the player and has suggested him to Manchester United's board. His speed and agility to unbalance in one-on-one situations have been crucial in catching the eye of Manchester United. Interesting. Again, another player under the radar, out on loan, not favoured at Bayern Munich. It's a lot of the unknown stuff right now, isn't it, with United? There's a lot of news to dissect in terms of trying to find out who these players are, for one, and what their actual clubs are doing right now. We're having to do a little bit of digging for all of the players that we're actually looking at. And do you know what? You could say this is a little bit underwhelming. You could say this is, not convincing, for one. But you could also say it's a breath of fresh air, that we are looking at players that just don't really catch the eye straight away because they've been recruited. And there's a lot riding on Christopher Vivel right now. An awful lot riding on Christopher Vivel in terms of his reputation and recommending these players. So let's see what happens with it. As the news comes out, I will keep on keeping you informed. There's going to be bits that come out while we're live as well. I'm going to get to the live section in a minute. It is quite a long show tonight, everybody, so get yourselves ready. Get your questions in as well. We're hoping we can hear from Ruben Amorim also on what's going on over there in Romania right now. Manchester United are pushing Tyrell Malacia out of the club and have offered him to multiple clubs, including Juventus and Real Betis. With the arrival of Dorgu, he is up for sale. That's just come out as well, but I think we already knew that one. But anyway, I'm going to get into the Tel situation and where you guys are all at. We have 1,900 people in the room with us right now. Please get voting on the poll. Do you think United will get Mathys Tel this window? 51% of you have said yes. Just off the back of that news there from Ornstein and everybody else coming in, everyone is confident that United are going to definitely get him. Well, a good large majority of the poll anyway. Let's get into... By the way, thank you so much. 300 likes already, only 14 minutes into the video is amazing. Super chat in from Brian says, our attacking options are truly shocking at the moment. Would Tel come in as a starter? ? I just see no way of us winning the Europa League with these players. I mean, yeah, I get you. We are unbeaten in the Europa League and we are fourth in this table. If we win tomorrow night, we'll probably move up a bit closer. I mean, wow. Seriously, like, it still is a little bit impressive, isn't it, that we're unbeaten? Oh, am I clutching at straws there with that one? But just to actually go into the attacking situation right now on that, I am going to come to all of the comments as well. Just as we're over 2,000, you mega lot of people. Make sure you have subscribed as well, everybody. I'm trying to get through as much of this as I possibly can. But I just wanted to touch on this as well, because it's brought up in the chat. Manchester United will demand a higher fee for Garnacho from Chelsea than Napoli due to them being a domestic rival. I just wanted to throw that into the works, into the comment section as well, because I want to gauge your views on if Garnacho goes and Tel comes in, are we any better? That's a question I want to pose. I'm going to go into the general comments right now. Zaragoza is a good player, fast, but he's very small. He's literally 5'5", says Daniel. We're looking at all sorts here, aren't we? It's interesting to see in everything that's going on. Let me just double check. Someone's burning Manchester City down. There's a burger stand on fire outside the Etihad, everybody. Fire in Manchester. Well, fire in Stockport. Oh, God, someone set a burger van alight outside the Etihad. Is that a health hazard? Will they have to delay the game? Interesting. But, yeah, hopefully everybody is okay and nobody is inside that, because I've just got a picture come through right now. I feel a bit silly joking about it, actually, but obviously I want to make sure that everybody is okay first of all, because that burger stand is ablaze. My God. Wow, hopefully everyone is okay on that one. But yeah, we've seen reports come through from Paul Hurst of the Times saying that there's a burger stand on fire, and it actually looks quite funny when you first read it. But when you look at the pictures, geez, that is up. My God. Hopefully everyone is all right, actually. It's quite serious. Jokes aside and everything like that, it might be a delayed kickoff at City because they've had to evacuate the grounds outside the Etihad. That's just a bit of news that's coming to us right now. Hopefully there's no one hurt in that and everyone is okay, because I know people who are actually at that game tonight. So yeah, it is important to remember football comes second, and when your mouse doesn't work, it's really annoying. But it's working again now. Sorry about that, everyone. Just had to cut across to that to make sure that I don't know if everyone's all right, but hopefully everyone is all right with it. But right, moving on. Comment section, please, everybody. Rashford's contract is till June 2028. That means about 230 weeks at 350k per week. Cannot believe which set of clowns gave this average player this contract. Mike Fergus wouldn't surprise me if we are monitoring a player called Monitor. Poor one, that, Mike. You've got to do better than that. Adam, would Rashford go to Saudi, seeing as it's a dry country? Oh, God. The jokes are flying tonight, honestly. I don't know. Might do him good. I don't know. Jokes aside, again, there has been a bid from Al Etihad. Not Al Etihad. Al Afif. I think Al Alfia. I can't remember the name of which club it is now in Saudi Pro League. Do apologise for the pronunciation again there. But where we're at right now with Rashford, obviously that is something, and there has been more talk about tentative talks again. Another source has come out saying tentative talks are ongoing with Barcelona. The fact that he's not in this matchday squad is really damning on Marcus Rashford. It really is. It's not helping anybody right now that he isn't playing football. And I'm just going to get used to the fact that he isn't going to be used by Ruben Amorim no matter what happens in this window. So, like when I'm asked questions in the chat there by Leo about my thoughts on Mathys Tel, I'm all for it. I made a big point about the player this morning. I know what he is. I know his situation. I know why he's not playing. I know why nobody knows about him. And I think there is a player there. And if United have got links to him through Vivel and Nagelsmann and RB Leipzig and so on and so forth, I think this player has got talent. There's a reason why Bayern Munich would actually spend money, 20 million euros on a 17-year-old to bring him from France and then put him into the first team under Nagelsmann. There is something there, and it's just been lost. It's just been lost in the years and the chaos around Bayern Munich's management. That's all it is. So, no, I think I would go for this. As a loan, again, it's risk-free. That was the video and the point I made earlier this morning. Mathys Tel is a striker, a left winger, a right winger. He can play 10s. He's very versatile, and he's something new. Rapid, by the way, very, very quick, and has got a point to prove. And he wants to come to Manchester United. So if we've got a player that is good, that is young, that is ambitious and hungry, and wants to come to United ahead of other Premier League clubs who are actually in a better position than us in the league, then you've got a player there that really is probably worth going for. And that, I feel, is where United should be looking at more in everything in this. The quality and the profile, I think, fits where we are right now. It isn't long term. There may be obligations. But if he tears it up, then we've got a right player. And I wouldn't mind having an obligation for a 19-year-old forward who helps Manchester United out. Well, we can go out and then get the real forward we need, who's going to cost us more money. If we sign Tel on loan with obligation, we wouldn't need to pay it until the next financial year. So we might not need to sell to bring him in. Look, the people at United, Ineos and everybody negotiating is definitely something that I'm not concerned about anymore. I said this yesterday when the Dargu finances came through, when we found out what we were doing with Aiden Heaven and what's happened with Anthony and that loan. I think United would make the deal work for them. They have done with every single one so far, so I'm not even concerned anymore. I made the point of bigging up Ineos on that side of things this morning for a reason, and it is because they have got United a lot of good deals so far. So I would have confidence that the deal would work for Manchester United. I really do. Just checking up on that situation at Manchester City just to see. Yeah, it looks like the game may be delayed. That's all it is. It'll be a delay, which is, I don't know if that's going to affect the Champions League scheduling because everybody has to play at 8 o'clock tonight. Everyone has to be on the same time. So, yeah. The scene is set with Ruben Amorim's press conference. So that we should be getting quotes from Ruben Amorim quite soon as well. Don't forget to join us for the watch-along straight after this show on Football Talks. We are watching Villa. We are watching everybody tonight. It's Champions League elimination night. So, yeah, make sure that you do join us for the show straight after this one onto Football Talks. Okay, let's get through some more of your comments. Let's see. First of all, we have a couple of renewed memberships and we have a gifted one as well. Honest Tiger, thank you so much. 14 months a member. He says, just a quick question. With the government now funding United Ground, does that mean more money for gym, etc.? Or does the government take some of that out of our club to keep up the great work? The government are giving United zero money, mate. There is a big myth over everything that's going on. Government backing doesn't mean government funding. Manchester United Stadium is going to have to be paid for by the club and investment they can bring into Manchester United separate. The only government backing is them approving the plans to regenerate Trafford Wharf and the Trafford area and Salford Quays around the stadium. They want to actually help the club build that, not the stadium. The stadium is all United, nothing else. That really is everything that's going on with that right now. There is nothing more. There's no funding coming in. Just so everyone's clear on that, the government are not paying anything for Manchester United. The project is to rebuild all of Trafford Wharf and the Trafford surrounding area around the stadium, which then appeals to investors for the stadium. It's a safer bet. If you're looking at all of these new homes, jobs, hotels, casinos, entertainment, whatever it is around Trafford Wharf, and there is so much there, the investment in the stadium and the sponsoring of the stadium becomes a safer bet. So building Trafford Wharf helps United get investors in to pay for the stadium. There is no funding from the government at all for Manchester United Stadium. The only thing that's happened is approval for the regeneration of the area. Nothing to do with the stadium. That is just on United. So, yeah. No money at all is coming into the club. Sorry, mate. But thanks for the gifted membership as well. That is good. I did just invite everybody along to the watch-along after this show. I'll just do it again just to make sure you are aware we are doing a watch-along for the Champions League night straight after this show. So please do jump across, everybody, and make sure that you're with us throughout the night. It's going to be an entertaining one. We'll talk about everything and probably do a little bit of this as well, actually. But we've got a bit more to get through on this show. Like an extended show, like I said, we have got the press conference comments coming up as well from Ruben's press conference over in Romania. So we're going to bring you that. So we've got more to talk about tonight as well yet. So Louise, who is 12 months a member, has just turned gold membership. Thank you, Louise. No stopping me now. Hit the like button. Everybody has just done that, Louise. We are just about to hit 500 likes. Thank you, everyone. More comments coming in. We need proven striker, not another might be good like Xerxes and Højlund. If we get rid of these two, then happy days. Bring in another prospect. Look, it's a loan. The only way Mathys Tel, comes into Manchester United is on a loan. So don't worry about Manchester United with another prospect that doesn't work out. We're not going to buy any long-term targets or any long-term players in this window. No one at all. So that's where we're at. Don't worry about it too much. Don't worry about it. Stu is also a gold member tonight. Thank you, Stu. A gold in it. Smash the likes. Ted Mortals. All right, I want to get into other news because we have got other stuff coming in and surrounding Manchester United. So let's just talk through everything that is going on a little bit. Mathys Tel, if you want to see him actually tonight, come and watch us on the watch along because he's starting for Bayern Munich. After everything that's going on, Mathys Tel is actually starting for Bayern Munich tonight. Who'd have thought that? My God. Napoli and Juventus are monitoring Manchester United striker Rasmus Højlund with the forward yet to impress Ruben Amorim. That's come from TalkSport, but also on TalkSport regarding Rasmus Højlund and what's actually going on right now is apparently he's on trial. Not impressed at all. Ruben Amorim is looking at other options, as we know, but in terms of Rasmus Højlund, the word from Alex Crook from TalkSport is today that Rasmus Højlund will effectively be on trial between now and the end of the season. Ruben Amorim has been far from convincing. Ruben Amorim has been far from convinced, with the player. I don't think many people have. I really don't. You've got Marcus Rashford out the matchday squad again. 13 games missing. Rasmus Højlund can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. You've got Xerxes, who's still trying to find his feet at Manchester United. This is the question I'm asking regarding Mathys Tel. He starts tonight for Bayern Munich, so by all means, go and watch him. Come and watch him with us in the watch-along and everything that's going on in the Champions League tonight after this live stream. We will watch him and keep a beady eye on him to see how he performs. But Højlund out of the door. Is there any hope for Højlund, by the way, everybody? Talk to me in the chat. Just let me know. Is there any hope whatsoever for Rasmus Højlund in this Manchester United side? Can anybody see him surviving is the question I'm asking. Over 500 likes. Thank you, everybody. Well over 2,000 in the room. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel as well, everybody. I am keeping you up to date with everything that's going on with Manchester United. TalkSport are saying that Rasmus Højlund could well be on his way out of Manchester United at the end of this season. That's the news coming out of there today. And everything around Manchester United's forward line is all over the place at the moment. And I think with the news coming out, obviously, I can't see if Ineos are going to make an impact. I said this earlier on today. If Ineos want to pick up that trophy in 2028, something significant needs to happen. Something drastic needs to happen in this next transfer window because building blocks need to start to be put in place. We need to start seeing things happen. We need to see backing for Ruben Amorim. This summer is absolutely huge for Manchester United. Absolutely huge. And big decisions are going to need to be made. And I think incomings, yes. But outgoings, I think, are going to be really, really significant for United in the summer. This January transfer window has been nothing short of crazy. We know that. And we know that Manchester United are looking to move several players on. Casemiro, by the way, apparently now, even after what we said yesterday, in terms of Roma coming in, United being interested in the move, sanctioning the move, willing to pay some of his wages, he's happy. He's happy now. It's all good. He wants to sit on the bench, even though he's not played a game so far this season. Not played a game. been an unused substitute for 6 games in a row. Wowza. And he's happy to stay. Is it money related? Is there no one out there? Saudi Pro League don't want him. No one wants to spend the money on him in terms of his wages. Are we done with everything that's going on? Oh, sorry, not everything that's going on. Are we done with Casemiro? Is he out of the door? Can Manchester United move him on in the summer even? I think it'll be easier to move him on in the summer, but this is another player that's going to be sat there doing nothing for the rest of the season. A prime example. Always a prime example. We've got 2 examples in this first team right now that are completely destroying everything that we have got planned in terms of moving them on and making space or even earning money. Absolutely crippling the football club. I've got an update from Fabrizio Romano on Alejandro Garnacho that's just come into me right now. Napoli informed Alejandro Garnacho's camp that if Manchester United reduced their price, they'd be open to trying again to sign him. Oh, just shut up, Napoli, and go do one. Pay the money or shift it. In terms of Garnacho, Manchester United have said that Napoli can pay a cheaper price than what Chelsea are, simply because they're not a rival. So what is that? If 50 million comes in from Napoli, will he accept it? We talked earlier on about the 48-hour situation. Look, Napoli are not going to get any change out of Ineos. They're going to have to learn this quick. United are happy to keep Garnacho. They're going to have to come out and pay the money. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, United will just carry on this season. I think we're in a very, very comfortable position right now with Garnacho. I really do. Nobody's too concerned if he stays. If it meant taking a cheap offer just to get rid of him to make some money, I don't think anybody wants that. I really do feel like right now in January, Garnacho is not going anywhere. He really isn't. So let's see how if Napoli do come to the table on this. But Romano's update there is simply them trying again. And United, honestly, Napoli are stupid right now. They really are. They need to start moving things forward if they want somebody in. They've obviously lost Amorim, so that deal's gone by the by. And now they're coming in saying that they want to still go low ball on Manchester United. United don't need to sell Garnacho. And we can just laugh this off as United fans right now and just say, well, no drama. I think this is one deal that I actually feel really comfortable with right now in terms of where we stood and where we're at with it. I don't have any concern at all about Alejandro Garnacho and Manchester United. I just feel like the club's in that position where it's pay the money or walk away. It's as simple as that. All our players need to learn to dink the ball when one-on-one with the goalies. Far too many blasting balls at defenders with little chance. Finishing is something that should be natural to these forwards, but it's not, and that's the problem. That is the ultimate problem with this team right now, isn't it? Especially the forward line. Decision making and scoring goals, making the right choice. I don't think any of our forwards are natural at it. None of them. And that's what you pay for. That's where the big money comes in. You pay for natural goal scoring ability. You have to pay a premium to get that. And that's where Manchester United are really going to have to invest in the summer. I think that will be where Manchester United's biggest purchase is. But there is also news about Manchester United going fully in for Giovanni Quenda. He is top target for Manchester United this summer. He is the man that United are going to be spending the most money on, and United's top target apparently. So on that, again, the wing-back situation at Manchester United, the wing-backs that Ruben Amorim wants, I like it. I like the way that he's doing it. I do like the fact that he's putting in the wing-backs as a priority, and that's where the focus is, the system, and then you bring in the striker that fits the system. But we still got to stay relevant. Someone still has to be able to take them chances, which are few and far between. Someone needs to be clinical, and I don't know where we go with that. This season, if we don't bring another forward in, we're solely reliant on Rasmus Højlund. Like we just said, who is on trial right now. Joshua Zirkzee, who was finding his feet, and Alejandro Garnacho learning the system. There's only really Ahmad who we can rely on in any of our forwards. Mason Mount on the pitch when he's fit, yes, but we can't rely on him because of, them injuries. There is nothing else there. So, really, when you look at it, Manchester United right now I don't know who he's going to score the goals. I really don't. I don't know. Like, for instance, Brian Zaragoza from Bayern Munich, another player that's out on loan. Christopher Vivel scouted him, another target for United, apparently. So, they're not them clinical players. These are wide players, which are going to give us more for the system. It just all looks like United are just trying to survive this season, somehow get through, hope that Rasmus finds form, hope that Xerxes learns the number 9 role, and get through to the end of the season, and then go for it in the summer. There is no one that they want available right now in this market, and it is a mad, mad market. When I'm watching the news and I'm seeing the likes of Arsenal bidding 60 million for Ollie Watkins, and now that's been rejected, they're going to come in with another bid. How late in the window is that? That's lowballing. Again, what are Villa going to do there? It already looks like they've accepted a bid from Buddy's Saudi Pro League for Duran as well. I don't understand Aston Villa's stance on this at all, but when you're looking at this January transfer window and strikers that are available, it just goes to show Arsenal have got the finances because they've got the Champions League. Their books are balanced better. They can afford to go out and get an Ollie Watkins. United, I think, is a prime example right now of where we're actually at as a football club and where the finances are. We're in full-on catch-up mode. It's as simple as that. That is United. We're waiting for the quotes to come out from the press conference and everything from that. So I'm going to keep an eye on all of that as well, just to make sure we've got everything covered. Let's just keep an eye on it right now, just in case. Let's just see. Yep. Amorim on Rashford. This is from the press conference. They're just starting to come out the quotes right now. The situation is the same for every player. My sentence was that I wouldn't put any player that doesn't give the maximum. I didn't say only Marcus Rashford. We are a better team with him. That's clear. But until the right moment, I won't change my mind. So he's basically just covering himself a little bit there more than anything. Because he's sick of answering questions on Marcus Rashford. I think that's all that is in that response there. He does not care about Marcus Rashford until he comes forward and starts playing better. That's it. It's as simple as. Fabrizio Romano on his YouTube channel has just dropped some bombs as well, by the way. United, it's just a breakdown really of what was happening on Romano's channel. United would only be interested in a loan deal for Tel. On top of that, he has said the relationship between Rashford and Amorim is completely broken. Fix it. As in, get him out. Simple as. So Romano has come out and said relationship done, broken, irreparable. I think United need to start moving. They do need to start getting everything moving now, and it's just getting to ridiculous stages with this. There is another absolutely outrageous report going around that Chelsea, with Roman Lavia being out, still feel like they could get Kobbie Mainoo for 70 million. I mean, sometimes you just got to start laughing, haven't you? The ridiculous to the next, to the ridiculous to the ridiculous. Kobbie Mainoo is going nowhere, absolutely nowhere in January. And these reports coming out right now are simply because there is 2 or 3 days left of the transfer window. Well, not, there's a little bit more, but in terms of significant bids coming in, like we said earlier on, if no one bids for United players within the next 48 hours, then it's not going to happen. We just heard Napoli stands from Fabrizio Romano on Alejandro Garnacho. We just heard where Ruben Amorim is with Marcus Rashford in terms of that relationship is dead. There is nothing there at all. So, honestly, he isn't going to play for United. We're at the same situation again. So, when Ruben Amorim, literally, let me just look at that actually. Let me just look at that comment again, because when he's talking there, Ruben Amorim. The situation is the same for every player. My sentence was that I wouldn't put any player on that doesn't give the maximum. I don't say only Marcus Rashford. No, he doesn't. The difference is everyone's asking this question about Marcus Rashford and he's answering it this way. He isn't actually referencing Rashford himself. It's the press and the media that are asking the question. We are a better team with him, and that is clear. But until the right moment, I won't change my mind. I think that is just fluff to cover up the situation, and I think this is right now. We're in a position where he's going back a little bit on what he said before in terms of a 63-year-old goalkeeping coach playing ahead of Marcus Rashford. I think what we're trying to do again is Ruben Amorim repairing a little bit of the damage he's done with his comments. We love it. We think it's great. I think we're acceptance of Marcus Rashford sitting on the sidelines forever and a day right now, and we ain't got a problem with it, but we just want him out of the football club, and no one's going to buy a player which is completely destroying the club from inside out. Amorim saying that he wants about Rashford, but the actions was that you should be judging him. In terms of another response there to the press conference. There's a load of people jumping onto this Marcus Rashford news right now in terms of what Ruben's just said. So that's what everyone's running with. He knows that we're a better player with Marcus Rashford, but he needs 100% Marcus Rashford is what he's saying. He's called him out again. But he's been training for how long now? With the first team? Weeks? And he's just nowhere near. Like Lindelof's been out for bleeding months and he's come straight back into the squad. You've got a fit, young Marcus Rashford there that isn't bothering in training. That's all that is. In translation, please stop asking me the questions about Marcus Rashford. I don't want him in my squad. You can clearly see after 13 games out that I don't want him in my squad. Please, because you're going to get the same response every single time. Stop asking me about bleeding Marcus Rashford. That's what that response is in that press conference question right there for me. Hi Adam, definitely as soon as Rasmus came into the club, he was asked to be our main man when no one else steps up to the plate. We need to be developing players like Rasmus, not discarding them. I'll accept 99% Marcus Rashford, says Sciliano. I won't accept anything of Marcus Rashford. He's burnt the bridges. Get out the club. Situation was effed as soon as he was allowed to play again after his antics here in Belfast. Another Eric Ten Hag a cluster F. I won't swear. Napoli, after they have upped their bid on any player we wanted from them and looking for discount on quality goods. Really? Do one. Andrew says that there is no chance Rashford can change. Keep him out of the squad whether he stays or leaves. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Amorim has been straight all along. He never said he would rather have a 63-year-old on the bench than Marcus Rashford. He was so clear that anyone not training won't be playing. No, he won't be playing. It's not poor content, this, mate. It's basically what I said. So if you call it mine poor content, then more fool you. If I've misread that, sorry, but this isn't poor content. We're just saying it as it was. And if you actually listened before, you'd have known that's exactly what I said. He's answering questions on Marcus Rashford and using the squad as an example, but the media are saying it in Marcus Rashford questions. He can only answer the way he wants. He said he would rather play a 63-year-old coach, goalkeeping coach, in place of anybody who isn't willing to put in the maximum effort in response to where Marcus Rashford is. Simples. That's what I said. If we are short up front, what about we play Rashford? Only joking. Just wanted to see if Adam would blow a head gasket. I'm done with Rashford. Nothing riles me with him anymore. He's finished at the football club. It's as simple as that. I think for everybody's sake, he just needs to go. That's it. He just needs to be out of here. And then everybody can just move on. It's as simple as that. Let's just crack on with everything and we can start to rebuild Manchester United from there. And that's what we need to do. But yeah, just to go over all of the news again from the top, Mathys Tel wants to move to Manchester United. If Bayern Munich are willing to offer a loan option in a deal this month, United will go for it. The priority at the moment is outgoings. Casemiro now wants to stay. Garnacho, no more bids have come in. United have set a deadline for him. Napoli have come in again with another low-ball offer United will not accept, but United will accept a cheaper offer from Napoli than they will for Chelsea because they are not a direct rival to them. So that's the situation with them. Marcus Rashford still has hopes of joining Barcelona. There is an offer in from the Saudi Pro League, but he is out of the squad again tonight. Mathys Tel is actually playing for Bayern Munich tonight, so you can catch up and see what he's all about as well when they kick off their Champions League game tonight. Rashford laid out his cards in the interview. Amorim simply playing his hand. He is. I'll just see what else we've got in here. Whatever Ruben wants, get him the players. Daniel says that Tel is playing tonight for Bayern. Got to keep an eye on that. I'm sure I just said that, but yep, you are right, mate. And we are going to be doing a watch-along for all of the Champions League action tonight as well over on Football Talks. That starts literally straight after this show as well. You will be directed over there. And we will be covering what happens at Bayern Munich amongst all of the other games tonight. Top one is Villa against Celtic, but obviously we want to keep an eye on City. Are they going to drop out? That would be rather funny. So hopefully if you want to be with me when City drop out of the Champions League tonight, that would be great. So let's see if that does happen. But yeah, there's a lot to happen in the Champions League tonight. Of course, we'll have to watch along for the game tomorrow with Manchester United as well. But yeah, I mean, it's when you look at everything that's going on right now and you look at the situation everywhere, it's a bit of a mess. But we haven't got long to last, Reds. All of this carnage and everything that's going on with transfers and all of the other news right now, it will be all over in just a few days. So no need to panic. No need to overly concern yourself. Ruben is the man. He has got everything in place and everything that's needed to move forward. And United, well, we'll see tomorrow night if we're into the knockout phases directly, which would be nice. We need it because we need that rest in February, so that would be good. And then, obviously, Manchester United can start to integrate a few more players. Are we going to see Chidowobby Martin? Are we going to see Heaven jump into the Manchester United matchday squad? And when is Dorgu's debut going to be? No update on him, by the way, obviously because we covered it earlier on. He is arriving in Manchester tomorrow to go through medicals and sign contracts and finalise his deal. We did go through the deal last night for Dorgu. It is good business for Manchester United, and that looks like what is going on at the moment. It does look like United are standing their ground with these transfers. And if anything, if no one else goes, United at least, we know, are no pushovers in the market anymore. That's 2 windows in a row where United have actually not done too bad. I am looking forward to the window in the summer. That is going to be a bigger. I do think that is going to be a mega transfer window for Manchester United. And it's going to be really interesting to see what Ineos do with that one because we need it. Let's get a few more comments in. Let's just see what we've got. And patience with players is a lot harder when everyone is underperforming. Fans look for targets, unfortunately. Let's see what else we've got in here. Rat Jim, Ineos out. Finally, a coach who has the balls to break the player power. Thank you, Ruben Amorim. JF, I'm with you. Criticising, no need to keep attacking them. Personally, some fans not all do. I think it's people arguing with each other in the chat. It's got to that point, hasn't it? It really has. Can everybody in the chat please give the video a like before we finish up? That would be great. Cheers, everybody. That would take us up near the 700 mark. We've covered pretty much about everything that needs to be covered right now. And if anything does come out throughout the night, then I will keep you posted and completely updated on that. But for now, that is us pretty much all done, everybody. All that's left for me to say is a massive thank you again to everybody for joining us. Thank you to all of the contributions, all of the likes, all of the comments. Get your comments in on the video below when it finishes its live. And we are going to fly across over the next 15 minutes or so into the actual Do you know what, actually, quickly, just before I go, there's more images coming out. Marcus Rashford in that gauntlet actually kicked Ruben Amorim. Some people are picking this out on social media right now. Instead of tapping him, it looks like he's just put a booting on him. A few people are looking at this right now. Did Marcus Rashford boot Ruben Amorim on his way through? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. With what Romano has said and what other people are saying about this relationship right now, it would be a dead one. Just needs to go. Simple as. Just needs to go. And on that note, we are going. That is the show, everybody. Thank you so much. Legends, every single one of you. Come and join us on the Football Talks. We're kicking off shortly over there for the Champions League night. That is us all finished. Thank you. I will see you over there in a few moments. Like the video on the way out and make sure you hit the subscribe button, everyone. I'll see you all later on.